Now, get ready for the hottest podcast coming out of Dallas, Texas, with Sean Fox, K Boogie, and Cowboys Nikki. Stars talking Cowboys. Let's go!
Yo, here we go again, back up on the scene. Stars talking Cowboys, you know what I mean. The podcast repping everything with silver and blue. Keeping it real, that's what they do. Let me tell you about the crew. Sean Fox, spitting facts. K Boogie's giving game. Nikki's got the stats, so of course she covers everything. It's showtime, so let's get to the biz. And that Stars talking Cowboys, yeah, you know what time it is.
What's up?
What's going on? Happy holidays.
Happy holidays to you too.
Yes, sir.
Hey, it's another edition of Stars Talking Cowboys. I'm one of your hosts, Sean Fox. I got K Boogie on the line. What's up, Stoney? You can join us on Facebook Live. We're also on YouTube, and we're going to starting tonight, we're going to be on TikTok. So hopefully we can be able to get all the viewpoints. And I'll definitely read some of our comments from TikTok and from other places on here, comments to the show. So with that being said, hey, we lost. What else can be said?
Yeah, we lost by 2 points. We lost by a field goal. I mean, it is what it is, man. We showed effort. That's why I'm not really upset, because we showed better effort in this game, even though we lost, than we did against Buffalo. That fumble when Lemke fumbled that ball on the goal line, but even before that, when basically, Pollard didn't go to the pylon, I'm like, yo, dude, why didn't you just outrun to the pylon and just do the Superman and just reach out for the pylon? You had a touchdown. So I'm still baffled about that. But all in all, though, we played hard. We lost by a field goal. It is what it is. I'm just concerned that, we can't run the ball on the road, man. I mean, in the playoffs, because it seems like we're going to be on the road, we have to be able to run the ball effectively on the road. Your running game should be able to travel. And that's one thing that basically, I'm looking at the game. I'm like, damn, we can't run the ball the way we should. So, but hey, it is what it is. We fought hard. We just lost by field goal. What can you do? What can you do, bro? You on mute, Fox? What's up, Nick? I can't hear Fox.
I say, hey, Nikki, how you doing?
Hey.
All right, let me read some of these comments real quick from our TikTok page. We said, Quinn needs to blitz a heck of a lot more. We didn't blitz to a third as much as they blitzed Dak. And he also said one costly turnover cost us the game.
It was hard, though. It was hard to blitz, too, because he was getting rid of the ball like at 2.2 seconds. And plus, you don't want to blitz too much because of their speed on offense. That's another reason why Quinn couldn't blitz. They got a 4x100 track team. And it's not like we the fastest on defense. So what you're gonna blitz them, and then everybody's man-on-man coverage. You saw what happened when they was on a goal line. They went deep twice. One pass actually, Tyreek dropped, but the other one Waddle caught. So pick your poison. With Miami at home, you got to pick your poison.
So my thought about Tua is that half of his passes he was just throwing up there. He was just dropping back and throwing them up there. I didn't really see, and I'm not taking nothing away from Tua because he has one of the highest quarterback completions in the NFL. So I'm not taking away from the offense. But what I did see is that he'll take a step and he just throwing it up towards the sideline and making, for his guys to run up under it. That's what I saw.
Yeah, but you know what? But he was effective doing it, though. And not only that, the tight ends. This was the first game that I really saw him involve the tight ends. His tight end had like 6 catches. I was like, what's going on here? I was surprised. So, I mean, hey, you got to give it up to them. They beat us. But I want to play him again, though. I want to play him. Hopefully in the Super Bowl. But I want to play him. I feel like we get that game away. I felt like we did though, because
Nikki,
if we just go ahead, Nick, can we hear you?
All
right, go ahead.
What y'all want me to say?
What you want to say about this game?
Oh
Um, Personally, I'm just tired of losing the same way when we lose. We're constantly losing the same way. Um, it always comes down to one play or two plays. Then it's always coming down to a penalty. And the penalty thing has really, really gotten annoying. It's ridiculous at this point. And penalties are coaching issues. You're not being coached in practice and watching film and watching tape about these penalties. That falls on coaching. And it's ridiculous. Mike McCarthy had the same track record with penalties when he was in Green Bay. Dan Quinn had the same track record with penalties on defense when he was in Seattle and when he was at ATL. The same issues, penalties. And we have been the most penalized team since the Jason Garrett era. And by this point and by this time, penalties should be a big a big issue not only to fans but to the coaches, to Jerry and to Steven. Though that should be an issue. No one is being held accountable for these penalties that's constantly causing us issues in games. Even when we're moving the ball effectively, there's a penalty that's causing us to lose yards. Get a first down, getting taken away. Getting manageable third down situation is getting taken away. At this point, somebody got to start being held accountable for it, because it's a shame that we're constantly losing games, and the games that we have lost came down to one bad play or two bad plays. Your O line is not doing their job. Dak running for his life. You know, Jerry keep wanting to patch some things up. And it's to a point now, you're saying you want to win, you're saying you want to win a Super Bowl, but you're not doing some of the things that a good organization does. And that's get the proper help in the areas that you're constantly struggling in. We're not doing it at all. I don't care. I don't care what nobody say. I don't care. I understand that coaches coach and players play. I understand that Jerry is paying players, and I understand that he's not the one out there on the field playing. But you have to get players that's gonna come here with a mindset that they're gonna win and they want to win. It's annoying at this point that we're constantly seeing the same thing week out week in, week after week. You know, we put some of these games we grind out, but if you look at all our losses, it all came down to penalties. It all came down to that one play. Or the defense can't get a stop. They can't get the team off the field. They're letting them go up and down the field and pick up third down. Defense do get a stop, it's a penalty. And I understand that Michael Parsons is being held on every play, and I get it. But at the end of the day, that does not constitute to the face mask. It doesn't constitute to the O line with an illegal shift. You know, it doesn't constitute to that. So like it's somebody is missing something when they're in practice. Somebody not taking something serious. Somebody is not doing what they're supposed to do in these film rooms. And is not fair to us fans. It's just not. We had a 27-year drought. We're living up to everything the media say about us. We get mad, we get annoyed, we argue with the sports commentators, we get pissed off about this and what they say. But at the end of the day, we are the ones giving them all of the ammunition that they have to say about us. 2 games in a row, Mike McCarthy have called a bad game late in games. He have called bad games. 2 games in a row. Dan Quinn defense have not done what they need to do. Simple as that. Get a stop. That's it. Get a stop. All you needed was a stop. But DeMond Clark get a face mask. And it's okay that he said, it's okay that he said, my bad. What you mean your bad? Do you not see what's at stake right now? So what you mean your bad? It's unnecessary. Very unnecessary.
Let's give a shout out to Virgil Kane from Manchester, England. Glad you could join our show, Virgil.
Welcome, thank you. I'm just frustrated, and I don't understand Tony Pollard. You had a clear shot of running in for the touchdown. What the hell did you cut back into the defense for? All you had to do was keep going straight ahead. That was no reason for you to cut back into the defense. Like tunnel vision.
So is it fair to say that we missed that the back that Zeke was?
Oh, we missed it back like Zeke. One of the two.
One of the two. One of the two. One of the two. And I at this point, I don't know. Like every year we get to this point, and we're still talking about the same issues. The same issues. Over and over again. 2 weeks in a row, Mike McCarthy and Dan Quinn got out-coached late in the game.
So speaking about being our coach, do you think that and Sharon said here, and Amari Cooper with his 250 something yards and on 11 catches with a quarterback that should be retired.
I don't want to even talk about Amari Cooper. You know how I feel about that.
But again, that was the Houston Texans without C.J. Stroud, without some of their other players. You know, so I mean, I like Cooper, and yes, Cooper is still a great player. But at the same time, we have to also remember that Cooper didn't show up on the road neither for a lot of big games for us. He didn't show up on the road for us. He was lights out at home, basically how we playing, lights out at home, but he didn't show up on the road. But I'm still a Cooper fan. I still like him. I'm going to still give him his credit. I'm going to give him his respect or whatever. But the point is, he gone. I'm not even worried about Cooper no more. What Cooper doing in Cleveland, more power to him. My issue is what we have on this team right now and who is on this team right now.
Definitely that part. But I think the thing that
I get what you're saying, and I get it. But right now I'm just annoyed with this team. Michael McCarthy take the ball out of CeeDee Lamb's hands. Come on, man. Why you take the ball out your number one wide receiver hand when he eating them up? Again, that's bad coaching. It's bad coaching.
I think I know why, though. Why.
Go ahead.
In the second quarter, right, it started raining a little bit, and it was bad field position because I watched it again, right? So that's one of the reasons. And two, this is why I kept complaining about not having a running game that travels in inclement weather. You know what I'm saying? Do you know that when you can run the ball effectively, you're going to drop, a safety's going to drop into the box? That's going to open up passing lanes. That's one of the reasons why I always said, listen, we did not replace Zeke adequately. We did not. And that's one of the reasons that we have against really aggressive defenses when we play them on the road. Every time we play a really good defense on the road with aggressive defense or physical defense, we have a problem running the ball. And then we become one-dimensional. What happens when you become one-dimensional? They rush the passer more aggressively because you're one-dimensional, and that's what happened with Dak Prescott. Luckily for us, we got a big, strong quarterback, and he has a strong release as well. Because that Chuba, oh, my God, that's another reason why. He's trash. And that's another reason why that Dak Prescott He said, listen, it was raining. I see what happened. It was raining. It was like, damn, I don't want to take any chances, especially down here by the goal line. So let's be conservative. And Mike McCarthy did the same thing. And that's what happened in the second and third quarter, if you ask me, because I rewatched the game. That's what happened.
He still blocked around. He still was blocking around people. He still blocked around person.
Oh my God! Did you see that one play where he looked at
I
the
know.
defensive end and then turned inside? I'm like,
I know.
Jesus Christ!
That was on the touchdown.
Still ain't that far behind them, and still is not that far behind them.
That was a touchdown to Jake. All he had to do was just block his man, hold him for 2 seconds. It was a touchdown. Jake was wide open on the scene. So I don't know. Hey, this goes back to Jerry again. Jerry, listen, stop trying to sign these basically 2-bit players to fill in for superstars. We can't have that. And that's one of the problems. At least if you're going to sign somebody, make sure they're adequate, an adequate backup. Especially when you're playing a team like the Dolphins. Dak Prescott was pressured 42% of the time when he's passing the ball. How can you win that way? That's crazy. Yeah, Pollard running up the middle, I know. Everybody's upset because Pollard's running up the middle. There's no way to run. So I don't know.
O-line. I mean, and the thing is, though, we were only down 1 player on our O-line. Miami was down 4 players on their line. So we can't get nothing done. And we only down 1 player. I understand that 1 player is a big player, and that's another reason why I'm done. Tyron Smith. I'm done with Tyron Smith. I'm done. I'm done with him. I have had enough of seeing him on the sideline when we need him the most. Like, you ain't even practicing no more, but you got a back. You still hurt. They stop you from practicing to prevent you from getting hurt. So if you gonna still play a game and that you gonna miss another 2 games with a back problem, dude, it's time to let it go. And it's time for Jerry to say, I love you, Tyron. You're going to the Hall of Fame. You've done all you could do for us, but we gotta move on. Simple as that. Jerry likes to hold on to his players that he drafts too dang on long. He likes to keep them too long. He did the same thing with Sean Lee. He did the same thing with some other players. It's got to be, at some point, you got to let it go and get players in here that can be on the field when you need them. I do understand injuries happen. I do understand that this is a physical game, but it is enough of seeing Tyron Smith on the sideline when we need him the most. If that's the case, you might as well not even play them for the games that we blew the players out, blew the other teams out in. If that's the case. But when we need you the most, you on the sideline. Looking mad, folding your arms up like you so pissed off because of what they doing. I don't want to see that. But why you putting the camera on him? He can't help us.
Well, obviously he can't, but and I get I agree with everything you said. But on the flip side of that, look how the offense is without him. You know, it's right now it's a damn if you do, damn if you don't situation with Tyrone. Dak has 0 confidence in that left side when Tyrone is out.
He ain't got none with the right side. We're still in there.
But see, with Tyrone on there, you can slide to the right.
Yeah.
You can't do the cha-cha. You can't do the cha-cha with Tyron not being in there.
Right.
And then I'm going back to our comments from our TikTok page. Aaron Stoney said, and Gallup was a no-show.
I don't want to talk about Gallup. Gallup need to sit down and let Tolbert start. I'll let Brian play. Call Brian up for Saturday's game against Detroit. Let's see what he has. Let's do something.
We'll let Brian play because Gallup ain't doing nothing. He got paid and they gave him money and he's not doing anything. Like they gave him Cooper money. They could have just kept Amari for that shit. Like we do the dumbest. We do some of the dumbest things.
So I'm reading Alexander Cruz's comment. He said, we got punched in the face both games. That's we got points. Punched in the face. Okay, we didn't do nothing in Miami except in the beginning and the end. We couldn't stop them after we took the lead. You know, I expected a game like this, but Nikki, you said in our chat when we didn't get that touchdown, we fumbled that touchdown. You said that fumble was gonna come back to bite us. And I am not an individual I'm not a moral victory guy. In no way am I a moral victory guy. A loss is a loss. But the two games that we have lost this year against two teams, the Philadelphia game and the Miami game, we shot our own selves in the foot.
Yep.
We left points on the field that could have won us the game.
Yep.
Or that should, I'm not going to say they could have, they should have won us the game.
Yep.
Because if we would have scored those two times in Philadelphia, and if we would have scored the time in Miami, then Miami would have been chasing points versus us chasing points.
Right.
Now I do got to do one thing. I do have to do one thing, and I'm not going to sit up here and say that it's bothering me to say this, but on this show, we always give credit where credit is due, no matter how we feel about an individual and somebody's opinion. Your boy, K Boogie, Mr. Wayne Charles.
Oh shit! He gets some flowers. He gets some flowers.
I got to give him some flowers. I put up on my page that Dak did not lose a game, and we had a bunch of comments that came on there. You had 4 or 5 people that came on there and said, you know what, I expect that. I didn't fuss and I didn't argue with neither one of them because most people agreed with me. And then we had one individual who came over there and just kept saying, Dak this, Dak.
Call a spade a spade, Drew. Call a spade a spade.
And Mr. Wayne Charles actually took up for Dak Prescott on that page. So I am going to give him his flowers.
He does have a heart.
But if he comes on here and talks crazy, we're going to get him. But,
oh, no.
But here, I don't want to see him on here because you ain't came on here 2 weeks in a row when y'all lost. So you done lost credibility. It ain't nothing you could come on here and say. Nothing you could come on here and tell us. You done lost credibility because you have not showed up for 2 weeks. That y'all have lost games. So now
but I am still on the flip side. I'm still gonna give him.
Oh yeah, you can give it to him, but he can't come on here and say nothing.
Lord have mercy, Jesus.
Cowboy Nation.
Oh Lord,
what is good? Are we speaking about a certain individuals whose initials are W and C?
Uh-huh.
I'm just guessing.
Yes, but like I said, I'm gonna give him his flowers.
He came to the rescue
there, and he spoke more truth about what happened in that game than a lot of Cowboy fans did.
Yeah, fan base is crazy.
And I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this enough. And Nikki, I got to go back to what you said a while ago. Talk is cheap. When we beat the Eagles a couple of weeks ago, and I love DeMarcus Lawrence. I love, I love our Lion. I love Parsons. But sometimes it's just best to just keep your mouth shut and let your play do your talking. We done lost 2 games since we came out and talked about hitting a MF in their mouth and keep hitting them again and again and again. And I heard something on XM radio today that players, they don't get up. It's not that the players get up to play the Cowboys. It's the fact that the players say, you know what? The Cowboys get all these primetime games. They get all these 4 o'clock games on Sunday. They get all this exposure on all these talk shows. Well, guess what I'm about to do? I'm about to show that I can play too. And that's why we get some of the results that we get. because these players want to show that they deserve some of that credit too that the Cowboys are getting. And I had to agree with that. I had to 100% agree with that. Now, it's not our fault that, and the person that said it said, because the Cowboys think that they're America's team. It's not our fault that society has given us that. And some of our Cowboy fans, we are saying, they use that as a saying that we're America's team, we're America's team. But the networks are using that we're America's team. They are making money off of that slogan as America's team. We're the game of the week. I remember when we were 4-12 a couple of years ago. How many game of the weeks were we still on and we were 4-12?
A lot, like 4. We the caffeine for the networks. That's what it is. We the caffeine for the networks. You say the Cowboys, no matter if it's good or bad, it's ratings. So they have it. That's what it is. And so some of those other players like, man, you know what, man, I'm tired of Cowboys talk. So I'm going to show them what we got. And the Cowboys have to understand every game that we play is like another team's Super Bowl. It is. And we're not even talking Super Bowls. They just get up for us, no matter who we play. Like Saturday night, you think Detroit's not going to try to come to Dallas and punch us in the mouth? They're going to be so amped for this game on Saturday night. Yeah. So we got to understand it. We got to play with some pride. And they're going to
do also because they want to be the first team to beat us at home. Because we haven't lost games at home. They want to be the first team to do it. They already saying it. They already talking about it. They already on. They already saying
it's Jimmy Johnson night too.
And that's Jimmy Johnson night. So y'all gonna get beat up and slapped in the face in front of Jimmy.
We play different at home though.
And we
See, that's the thing.
And we do. But that's
Detroit got the right mindset because if they don't come in there like with that mindset that we gonna be the first, they gonna get 40 hung on them.
They're gonna get blown out. They're gonna get blown out like they did against the Ravens.
They're gonna get blown out. So they better come in there with that mindset. Cause
they better come in there with
this probably ain't a good time to play Dallas in Dallas right now. It's probably not. Yeah. This is probably the worst time to play them at home. Cause they getting pissed off.
We should be.
I need you to be getting pissed off on the road though. I need them to do. I need them to have that same intensity on the road. I need them to have that same intensity on the road because 9 times out of 10 we're finna play the playoffs on the road. I need them to have that same intensity on the road. And I'm not saying that it's all players. I mean, I know it's a lot of them on there that really, really want to play and really want to win. But it's like at the end of the day, they can't do it by themselves. That's why it's a team. They can't do it by themselves.
Hey, can I say something? Can I ask y'all a question? I got a question, y'all. All right, so y'all remember week 1, right? In New York, we beat the Giants 40-0, right?
Don't know.
Everybody was saying, man, the offense didn't look like nothing. And we was like, oh, man, look, chill out. The defense, special teams, they gave Dak the night off. Chill out. It's 40-0, right? Now, here we are, 14, 15 games to the season. We still saying the same thing about the offense on the road, right? This offense does not show up on the road. Like, we 15 games in, and we saying the same thing we saying week 1 about the offense. But back then, it was, we didn't, hey, it's 40-0. It's the Giants. Chill out, but
so can I have a rebuttal? Can I have a small rebuttal to that though? Can I have a small rebuttal to that?
It's a two-part comment, but go ahead.
Yeah. If we wouldn't had fumbled that ball on the 1-yard line on the first drive, what would the score have been?
7-0.
And you speaking exactly to my point. So, and I'm not like this. I'm not pointing the finger at Dak. This bigger than Dak, right? So, as a coach, why is your off and this your side of the ball? So, the head coach, why is your side of the ball not ready to play on the road? It's always your side of the ball.
And and I have nothing against our fullback. I have nothing against our fullback.
And why are you giving the ball to a dude
that ain't never
why you
did
giving the ball to a
this
dude
in a game, in a regular game?
On the one.
And ain't never did this
in a game that you desperately need.
Right. That wasn't a time to try no new shit.
That's the easy part, though, because he was already involved in the offense, right? He was involved in the offense, so they gave it to him as a reward. That ball hit him right where it should, and he fumbled because of inexperience.
But
hey,
who fault is
that's
it?
exactly what happened.
Hey, Boogie.
Who fault is it?
But I'm just saying.
Can I say one cuss word today?
Go ahead. But it's deeper than that, though.
Fuck a reward.
Yeah.
How many times a Tony Pollard ran down the field, and they used to bring Zeke in to take the touchdown in?
That's different though. Zeke is a power back, and Tony Pollard's not.
Did not give it to your other back. Your other back was running.
What about Rico?
Rico
was on. Look, and this pissed me off. They had Rico lined up as a fullback.
Yep.
And gave the ball to 4 down. How ass backwards is that, bro? You line your power back up as a fullback and hand it off.
See, and this is why I said
when we finally get a break. Oh my God!
See, this is why I said before we finally get replacing Zeke. Not replacing Zeke was going to come back to bite us. That's the problem. Ain't no excuses. Not replacing Zeke's production and his power running when we need 3rd and 2, 3rd and 1, or on the goal line was going to catch up to us and bite us in the butt. And it's doing that. It did us against Philly. It did us in Buffalo, too, because the weather was inclement. And it did us last week against the Dolphins. And that goes to Jerry and his staff. That's why you
got Rico, though. But that's what I'm saying. Like you got
can
Rico.
Use Rico, too. You can use Rico, too.
He can do it.
But it's up to Mike McCarthy.
Like what game was that?
To get this right.
We gave him on the one, and he punched it in there.
It goes back to bad play calling. And it was the wrong time to try some new shit. Period. It was the wrong time to try some.
Kellen Moore Senior. There's some Kellen Moore issue right.
But don't forget if
Pollard would have 15 play drive and you want to get cute on the last play.
Discussion. But don't forget that if Pollard would have went to the pylon, we would not be having a discussion right now. All I gotta do is go to the pylon. That's it.
Well, that's easy to say, but Pollard got beat to the pylon. He had to try to cut inside because Pollard got beat. He got beat to the pylon. He got beat to the pylon because whoever he had as a lead blocker got his butt whooped. You see what I'm saying? The lead blocker Deshaun Elliott had to beat a blocker to make that tackle.
So what yard line were we on?
Pollard should have walked in.
We got the first down. It was first down, first and goal.
At the what?
Pollard should have walked in.
At the half foot line, basically. Half foot line, because Pollard should have got in. He should have put his head down. Put your head down, dude. You're a running back. That's where the physicality comes from. The running game equals physicality, and that's what some of the other teams have that we don't have. That's what it is right there, physicality. Look at the Raven game. Look at the 49ers. That's what I'm talking about. They run with physicality. Why? Because of the running game.
But, at the end of the day, Pollard didn't do it. So when you go to your next play, 2nd and goal, it was no excuse and no reason to try something new. Quarterback sneak, or you bring in Rico is on the field. The last couple of times that we got a touchdown and he got pushed in, we used Rico. So it was not the time to try nothing new. You're on the road where you have struggled at the last couple of games on the road. You know firsthand what your issues are on the road as a coach. So as the head coach of a team that you're trying to pull out of the dungeon with mistakes and giving games away, and you have a chance to get a jump start on a team that's good, that you're going to have to keep up with because of their speed, You don't leave an opportunity for them to go down the field and get 3 points. Ultimately, those 3 points is what cost us the game because they went down the field on that and got 3 points. Especially when your defense is not getting stopped. When your defense is not playing the same level of defense they were playing beginning of the season. Point blank, period. They're not getting the turnovers they were getting.
Yeah.
So that's the problem. Stop making excuses for the dumb shit that these coaches doing. They're getting paid millions of dollars. Just as much as the players are getting paid millions of dollars. And we can get mad at Jerry all we want and say, he not doing this, he did not doing that. Jerry ain't on the sideline coaching. Jerry ain't on the field playing. At some point, somebody got to take accountability. Either the players need to take the accountability or the coaches need to take accountability. But making excuses for them, we in week 16, 17. Fuck the excuses, period.
But let me ask you a question then. So what if he didn't fumble that ball? What if he would have got stopped? You see what I'm saying? There's a lot of ifs, right? I don't listen. 40 ounce.
Okay.
40 ounces.
We would have had 3
back,
points.
right?
If nothing else, we would have had 3 points.
Yeah, but
so that still gave us a 3-point lift.
I understand the frustration. I get it, but there are other plays that we could have ran.
3 points way
right?
us the game.
There was other plays we could have ran, but he didn't run it. He didn't feel at that time he wanted to run the other play. So we got to go with what Mike McCarthy did. It is what it is.
So we went even with going with what Mike McCarthy did. Didn't he just give it to number 40 on 3rd and short?
And he got
the plays earlier than that.
Yeah, he got 3 yards. Mm-hmm. He got 3 to 4 yards on that.
So
if this the goal line though, fuck.
This is pay
goal line.
Yeah,
this goal line.
I said, it just goes back to the same thing with the tight ends in the beginning of the year when they were dropping all those passes. They have now proved over the course of another 14, 15 games that they're going to catch the ball. So we can go back to them. We feel more confident in our tight ends. Did you feel confident in our tight ends after the first couple of games?
I did not.
No, we didn't.
No. So, the point being is, and I'm like, I got to agree with Nikki on this point. That wasn't the time to try something new. Go with what's been working for us. Give it to Rico. Rico runs hard, and he hits the hole. Rico hits that hole. All we needed was 1 yard.
Thank you.
I would have gave it to Rico 3 times or 2 times to let that quarterback sneak it once.
I'm saying,
but I wouldn't try something.
Your quarterback 6'2", 240 pounds. Between him and Rico, we can get a yard. You see what I'm saying? Like,
but you know what's funny? But y'all know what's funny though? We try to play action pass in the fourth quarter, same situation, and it didn't work either. We did the same thing, the same exact thing. So I don't know what Mike McCarthy was doing, trying some new things, because he was trying some new things in this game.
Well, evidently, Mike McCarthy knew he effed up because he said he effed up.
He did, but he's trying some new things. I don't know why. But he's doing it.
But this is the time of year that you don't try new stuff.
And then, so Mike McCarthy said he know he effed up. But check this out. When we finally get a break and Cavante Turbin get the pass interference and we first and go inside the one, what Mike McCarthy called first play?
Play action pass. He got sacked. That got
sacked.
And
got sacked. Got sacked. You first and go inside the one.
Oh Lord!
What are you? You turn around and make another dumb play call. I'm like, what is this dude doing, man? Like,
trying to get fired. You're trying to get fired. I guess.
Trying to get fired.
So let's even go back and and CD killing them in the first quarter.
Oh my God!
And then we don't go back to him again until the fourth quarter.
Fourth quarter.
Do you not know that? Okay, this man is killing them. You keep feeding them. Then that'll open up other lanes for Cook.
Yeah,
and
C should have went for 2 easy.
C
should have had a Mark Cooper day. You should have had Amari Cooper Day. He really should have, because they couldn't do nothing with him.
Nah, because he's coming out the slot. Coming out the slot.
Yeah.
You know, Ramsey wasn't lined up on him, and he was killing them.
Ramsey didn't want to travel. He didn't want none of that in the slot. That boy gonna kill Ramsey in the slot. Gonna kill him.
Because that type of wide receiver always kills Ramsey, though. Always kills him. Always. Ramsey's too lanky for that. He can't stop and go really quick with CD.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He didn't want that.
He didn't want that.
But hey, I don't know. Mike McCarthy's play calling could have been a little suspect during this game. But even with that being said, we only lost by 2 points. That's another thing. So maybe they need to just say, listen, we got this set of plays that we need to run during the goal line, and that's it. Nothing new. Just let's stick to what's working. I don't know. I'm not in the room. I don't know.
That's what your tomato cans for. That's what your Carolinas and your, you know what I'm saying?
Giants,
that's what those
Jets,
for.
I know.
The Giants and you try new stuff on the tomato cans, but you on the road and you desperately need this win. It ain't time to get cute. It's really not.
All right, so let's shift it to the other side of the ball.
Defense.
So one of the arguments that one of the Cowboy fans said to me was that the defense did a good job by holding Miami to 5 field goals. But that last field goal is what killed us.
Yeah.
So the narrative is that Dak chokes. And with all the issues that we had with the offensive line, especially in the second half, because Miami was killing us in the second half with that pass rush. And he took us down the field. He scored. We scored the touchdown, and we went ahead. Mike McCarthy says that one of his goals this year was to put the defense in a position to win us the game at the end of the game. He wanted to rest the defense, to put the defense in a position for them to win us the games. It did not happen on Sunday. How much faith do you have in the Cowboys defense to hold a lead in a tight game?
It depends on who we playing. If the team has basically a physical running game, not so much. Because that's basically who we've been beaten by, teams that run the ball and they're really physical at the point of attack. Because running that 4-2-5, like I keep saying, is that's a nickel. How can you actually proactively stop the run running a 4-2-5? How can you do it? So if these teams have power running games, that's when we have a problem.
So you said Mike said he wanted to what now? He wanted to rest the defense.
Yeah, he said in the beginning of the year.
They can win the game.
So in order to rest your defense, you have to go on long drives on offense, right?
Yeah, run the ball too.
Right. Okay, so how you doing? How you gonna go on the long drive going away from number 88? How does that make sense? You see what I'm saying? How are we gonna put together drives if we going away from 88? So and then your offense disappears for 2 quarters. You leave your defense on the field 2 quarters, and then okay, Dak, we finally figured out how to move the ball on. Okay, defense, I know you've been on the field all game. We need you to make a stop. What? Like, what? I'm like, this dude, man. Like,
but I think that's why Mike said that he messed up. He said he messed up in the second and third quarter by his play calling. But he's not realizing that this play calling is now going to put us on the road the whole playoffs.
Yeah.
We have to now. We got to sit here as Cowboy fans and root for the Giants and the Cardinals to beat Philadelphia at least one of those games.
That
ain't gonna happen. Ain't gonna happen. As you can see from yesterday, that ain't gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. We should have just taken care of business when we had the opportunity.
That's where I say, as a fan, I said at the beginning of the year, first and foremost, I said that we'd go 12-5, and I still believe that we'll go 12-5. But we should be, in reality, right now we should be 12-3 right now.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. We should be 12-3 right now.
12-3. So Stoney says on here, he says, we had our chances. Philly dropped 3 in a row. They were literally giving us the division.
Mm-hmm. Facts.
So, I don't want. I've accepted the fact now that and anything can happen in these last 2 weeks. I mean, look at what happened with San Francisco, and now they're hurt. So let's see what happens to them.
We knew that was coming. They play too physical. Like they style of ball is too physical. They gonna get some injury.
The Bullies got bullied last night, so it is what it is. That's what happened. The Bullies got bullied last night. I put that in the chat. And
Boogie,
and how did they get bullied?
You talked about? Remember me and you talked about a line, but we needed a linebacker.
Yeah.
Yeah, what Baltimore got a linebacker? Yeah, what Baltimore? Yeah. They got 2 dogs. They got 2 dogs at linebacker. Yeah. So
we lose. You know what? Baltimore plays with such physicality, man. It was like, wow, the Bullies.
That's what they
bullied
do
last
though.
night.
That's what they do. That's what Baltimore do.
That's what they last night.
So, Idris, I'll have to send you the link next week. We'll let you jump on here next week because we gotta give our brother from another.
Smokey Batman is here. He doesn't look too happy, just like the rest of the Eagles. You're not happy right now. He ain't happy right now because they should have blew out the Giants. He's not happy right now. I know you're not. It's all good.
I'm okay.
Hey, Wayne said congratulations on your division win because y'all gonna probably take it. Y'all gonna take it. I'm gonna go ahead and congratulate you in advance.
Appreciate it.
Y'all not losing to the Cardinals or the Giants, even though y'all play the Giants.
No. Y'all not losing to the Cardinals or the Giants.
I don't know. The Giants gave him a little scare last night.
Yeah, the Giants feisty, man.
Yeah, but you got to look at it like this now. I'm not giving up on the Giants just yet. Because I'm not giving up on the Giants just yet.
Damn, boy.
Because there's a slim chance
Slim
that they go into the players are playing for contracts next year. The coach is going to be coaching for his job for next year. You never know.
The coach is coaching for his job. Yeah.
Y'all think so? Brian Daboll? Too many injuries.
Yeah, Daboll.
The papers say he's safe. The papers in New York, New Jersey say he's safe.
I tell you what. Safe. You know what'll make him safer, Boogie? You know what'll make him safer? A win over
Philly. The Eagles.
Hey,
a win over Philly make him safer.
Idris, you cannot say that statement right there that the Eagles are the 2002 Vikings. Because me and one of our fellow members in our group almost lost our friendship over that saying right there. I said the same thing.
I'm like, what a lie! What a lie! Like, what the Eagles? What the Vikings skating by all these teams? Like,
what the Eagles point differentials like minus 63 going into halftime or whatever in halftime in the fourth quarter? So I don't know. It is what it is. I don't know.
All right, so Jeff, there's a couple things that you wanted to discuss about that team that wears that green jersey. I don't want to say it too loud.
We can wear the black jersey too. That's why I'm rocking it. Yeah, that was quite an interesting game for sure. There was a lot that was seen surface, under the surface. It was a sneaky good game from Jalen. It was the first dry game we've had in about a month playing outside, which is interesting. We have played the last 4 or so games outside in the rain. The biggest thing, obviously everybody knows that we We fired but didn't fire Sean Desai, and we put Matt Patricia in as DC. And some things have changed. Some things haven't changed. Secondary is trash, right? Point blank. Period. We have a dude that we paid a $38 million contract for 3 years, and he's not even worth year one, right? So, Trashberry, as I call him, has been
Burnt
getting
berry.
absolutely smoked. Now, I like Trashberry because
Burnt berry.
I mean,
I told you.
he's burnt beyond a crisp. It's in the garbage now, bro. Right? I mean, it's Trashberry, bro. So the last two games, right, have been backup quarterbacks. And on the last drive, when a team needs to move the ball and get towards the end zone, right, or even to the red area, right, who do they target? Exclusively Trashberry, right? And he just gives them up. Just gives them up. So our secondary is not great right now, right? Slay's out probably another week after having his knee scoped. The good thing is we there's a real strong chance that if not this week, absolutely guarantee week 18, we get Avonte Maddox back, who tore his pec early in the season. So that'll be our slot guy, and Brady Roby will go back as a rotational piece. And then, we'll see with Keely Ringo and Ricks kind of showing some youth and speed. We'll see what happens to Bradbury, because now everybody, like I've been saying to you guys in the chat, right? Bradbury's a liability. So if the young kids are going to ball out, then you go with the hot hand, right? So that's the defense side of the ball. But now the offense, there's been a lot of talk about the offense in Eagles Nation in the last couple of weeks about, who's to blame for the problems that we have now. Is it the OC? Is it the head coach? And if I'm completely honest, and even people said that Hurts is regressing. And while it looks like it, the last few weeks, right, up until yesterday, all of our offensive woes fall on the shoulder of the head coach, Nick Sirianni, right? He even said it. It's my playbook. I'm telling what Brian to call situationally. So Brian Johnson is nothing more than a puppet. So is Nick Sirianni. And now that problem has, kind of festered up into issues with the players and the other coaches, and it looks like that's a team that coach has almost lost the locker room, right? It's getting close. You got AJ Brown saying, I don't have anything nice to say, so I'm not going to even talk to the media. You got Schmitty. You got Schmitty saying, we got 2 weeks to get it together. It's not good enough. We're not there. You got Jalen saying people aren't committed, and then comes back and says, no, that's me, not everybody else. Then you got the head coach, kind of getting angry in some of the press conferences, right? There's some weird stuff going on in Philly right now. If you noticed, it's been floating around, the interaction between Haas and the linebacker coach and Nick on that timeout play, right, where the Giants had like 3 seconds, and all of a sudden one of our coaches calls a timeout, and Haas is like, yo, what's going on? So everybody's saying that that's Haas and Sirianni kind of arguing on the field. I get it, but at the same time, it's Hassan asking, yo, why are y'all calling a timeout with 3 seconds left on the clock? You calling a timeout. They about to screw up, right? And then so you got Smitty involved and all this. I mean, it's a lot of back and forth.
We got a question for you, Jeff. Ronald says, are you guys overachieving at 11-4?
No, because the roster is immensely talented, right? So I think we have gotten by a few games off the backs of the talent that we have. And it's been in spite of bad coaching, right? But the problem is that we got punched in the mouth 3 games in a row, and teams took notice, right? You heard what Bosa said. The playbook's out there. Now we know what to do, and people paying attention. the tendencies and things that we do. You know, I don't care how many people will listen to Nick Sirianni after Christian McCaffrey called out that quarterback draw play on Monday night, right? When he was sitting there on the Manning brothers, the Manning cast, and said, "Oh, look, the tight end's going to move from the strong side to the weak side, and Jalen's going to go, you know, quarterback draw to the left." I mean, he went quarterback draw to the right, but the fact that he knew that, right? And I don't care if Nick says, "Oh, he's just got high football IQ." No, he knows tendencies, and he's an offensive player, right?
Yeah,
If an offensive player on another team knows your tendencies, bro, you're predictable. How many people in the last couple of days have said, if you've ever seen a high school playbook, you've seen the Philadelphia Eagles play? I'm trying to find the lies in that. I'm gonna keep it 100. Like, I'm really trying to find the lies in that.
Right? I'll take 11-4 then.
This is me as an absolute, unbiased fan. I love my team, right? I bleed green, but I also call a spade, and when I see it, I see it, and I'm not afraid to say it. Y'all know that.
Yeah, of course.
You know, and that's kind of where people's like, hey, did Hurts regress? No, Hurts is being kind of strangled by the plays that are coming into him. Should he be making changes? He should probably be making changes. I mean, one of the few times I think I've seen it this year, less than a handful of times, we ran play action under center. Like, what? We hit Smitty for a touchdown running a slant. What? Since when do we call these plays? Like, what the hell? It's boom or go. Like, what is this? I like to see it, but we're getting too little too late now.
So I want to ask you. Yeah, I want to ask you one more question too.
I know I'm bashing my team, and I know people can be like, "Damn,
no, it's not just you're bashing your team. You're speaking facts. You're speaking. I mean, it's just like we do, and a lot of times that people. No, don't get me wrong. The Eagles are our biggest rival right now in the NFC East, and I'm not going to say that I don't like the Eagles or I don't like their fans. I'm not going to say all that, but what I am going to say is that that's a team that when I play, them, that I hope to be beat the shit out of them. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just that rivalry that we have right now. But at the same time, and I think that we talked about this a few weeks ago when I asked you the question, were you worried about winning all these close games? Do you think that it was going to bite you in the ass? And you was honest enough to say, yes, it is.
I mean,
how can you not? That's why you're on this show. It's not, we could trash talk all we want to in the groups.
Yeah.
Right? I get pissed off and this and that and other in the groups about the trash talking. But when we come on here, we keep it real about our teams.
Yeah.
And that's what I love about this group of people that that we're talking. But I did want to ask one question, and I saw something, as you're talking about the locker room, I saw a report or a story where some people are saying that they're questioning Jalen's leadership in the locker room. Is he turning into the next win?
I saw that.
Have you seen that?
I have seen it. That's Jeff McClain. He works for the Philadelphia Inquirer.
Was that a clickbait story?
Yeah, I think so. But behind all of those, there is a sliver of truth, right? I think there's probably some people that would rather him not be so, I don't want to call it robotic, but just so stoic, right? Like, he always says the right thing at the right time, except for the whole commitment thing. But he's always very calm and cool and like very, I'm just here. I'm here. I'm doing my job. We're going to do great. If we're not doing great, we'll do better. And it almost sounds like kind of monotone, right? So I
like
don't
that
believe
last
it.
year.
Yeah.
But that's just Jalen, though. Jalen, that's who he is.
It is.
Though. That's who he is. That's who Jalen is, though. He's always been that way.
And that's why I'm saying, like, I could see where some people might want him to, like, bro, enjoy it on the field, right? Like, dude never smiles on the field. never celebrates anything, like scores off the field, sits down and reads papers or looks at the surface, right? I think they would like to see him be more open, but it's like, bro, if that's not who the man is, don't try to make the man something that he's not. If he's doing what he's doing right now this way, allow him to be this way and accept that. Like, I guarantee you, and we've all seen some of the stuff where he was, talking on the field or whatever that's not normally broadcast. He's not that dude all the time. Right? He's not that dude. So again, clickbait, yeah. But I think there is a sliver of truth to that, where I think they would like him to be more free loving. Sounds weird to say, but
more vocal.
Yeah, maybe I don't, because I don't know how unvocal.
But that's not him. No, that's not him.
So I got a comment. I got a comment from one of our on our TikTok page here. It said it's because he's a man of God. He's a man who believes in God, so he won't show that type of anger. Stroud is the same way. That's just some of these guys' demeanor,
It's not boot camp,
and us as fans, I don't think that us as fans sometimes we realize that these guys are human. They're not superheroes.
They close though. They close.
But why you can't have emotional intelligence though? But why you can't have emotional intelligence when you're talking to people? You don't always have to be emotional. I don't understand that's crazy.
But that's because emotional intelligence is just now being taught to some of us leaders. I just went through an emotional intelligence course probably a month ago, and it's something that I didn't think about. Me, I'm a guy who I walk into a room and things are not right. I'm gonna say, hell, things ain't right. Let's get this stuff together. Versus me having to walk in the room now and say, you know what? I got to think about people's feelings and how people think. And I have to say now that I have to say, you know what? Is there something wrong? Is there, is it, do you need my help?
Yes, Foxy. Yes, that's a yes. That's the corporate America lingo. Yes,
that's corporate America. Emotional intelligence is not something that we teach our kids nowadays. And especially somebody with me with all this gray hair, that would get beat for coming home after the street lights came on if I got home after the street. So I guess the point of it is that we as fans, we can't expect Jalen, Dak, Brock Purdy, some of these other cats to come out here and say, to get upset. Dak had one moment last year where he clowned, and look what happened. He showed his emotion at a press conference, and look what happened. So, it is what it is.
See, I know the beard doesn't show it right, but having spent 20 years in the military, emotional intelligence means zero to me. We don't have it. We don't care. Literally, F your feelings, right? You have feelings, keep them inside. Nobody wants to hear them. We don't care. Do your job. That's the way it is, right? Like, bro, I spent 14, 15 years in infantry, bro. Like, we do not care how you feel. Your emotions do not matter at all.
Right.
So because you got a job to do, right? You got a job to do, but we ain't got time for emotion. We got to get the job done.
I need you to
not
just
in corporate America.
Just do what I tell you
totally
and move. That's what I'm saying, right? That's the
corporate America is
thing.
totally different, though. You have to have conversations. If somebody's doing the process wrong, you just have to sit down and explain to them the right way and the wrong way of doing things. You can't always unleash your emotions every time something goes wrong, because you have HR too that's looking at that, and then you also because you're a brand, right? Because you're a brand, you don't always want to just go ham on somebody just because of emotion. So you want to be calm and cool sometimes. That's all. But athletes, people think athletes are robots anyway, or Neanderthals. It's either you're a robot or a Neanderthal. That's it. Yeah. There's no in between with athletes. So that's why some fans are like, oh, my God, look at Dak Prescott. Like Stephen A. Smith hates the fact that when Dak is so stoic and he says the same thing a day in and day out. No, that's just his personality. You want somebody to get up there and start cursing and this and that. What you want? You want Chris Tucker up there, somebody else on the podium just talking trash? You want a comedian up there? You want David Chappelle? You want Chris Rock? Come on, man. You have to use emotional intelligence sometime, and that's all, because they're leaders too. You're a leader of men. You don't want to go up there all the time and show you're behind because you're a leader of men.
Mm-hmm. Now, but me personally, I don't think Jalen Hurts' leadership is Philly's problem. Right? Jalen, in my personal opinion, Jalen is a damn good leader. When Philly was making that run to the Super Bowl last year, I want to say it was either the last game of the regular season. It was right toward the end of the regular season. Philly pretty much had locked up the number 1 seed or whatnot. And Jalen, it's a locker room speech. Like he basically he and everybody is here in here. Offense, defense, special, everybody's in here. And Jalen basically called everybody to the carpet, put everybody on notice. Like, we have an opportunity to take the whole thing. Like, what the F y'all gonna do? Like, those is his exact words. What the F y'all gonna do? We can take it. I know what the F I'm gonna do. What the F you gonna do? You know what I'm saying? Yep. And he proceeded to go and ball out.
I'm gonna do you one better.
Yeah.
In one of the games, the coach was acting silly on the sideline, and Jalen went over there and got in his ass.
He did. He was like, "Hey, man, chill."
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah,
I remember that well.
So yeah, Jalen is a one of the best leaders in this league. Like, that's not the problem. The problem is coaching, right? And you guys lost a lot of coaches in our season. That's one of the things that we were saying. Like, y'all lost too many coaches. It's gonna have to be some type of regression in some shape, form, or fashion. We lost too many coaches.
Yeah, I mean, so there's no way we can be. There's no way our regular season record could end better than it was last year, because we were 14-3. Right, we're gonna probably, like you said, end up 13-4, which is what I said when I saw the schedule. So I'm happy with that. I think we waited too long to move on with defense, and I think we just now, 2 weeks ago or about a week ago, found out about offense. So we still got problems, and I talked about, like, who takes the hit for this. Does Sirianni take it? Does Brian Johnson get canned? Because, I mean, if he's just a puppet, right? Do you get rid of him? And do you bring in somebody who's going to say, look, I'm coming in, I'm going to be the OC. This is going to be my playbook, and you're just going to be the head coach and do head coachy things, right? There's a question. As an organization, they have to figure that out. And I think a lot of that is predicated on how far we go this year.
Mm-hmm.
But y'all playing a first-place schedule, though. Last year was second place. No. That's the crazy thing that people have to understand. You have a first-place schedule this year. And it's totally different than having a second-place schedule.
And y'all played in the Super Bowl last year, which means y'all had a shorter offseason than everybody else.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of people that have kind of, like you said, Book, they've forgotten about when the schedules came out, we had the hardest schedule in the NFL. When the schedule came out, that 6-game stretch that we had was the hardest in the NFL, right? I mean, and people have talked about it. The teams we beat Buffalo, we beat Miami, we beat KC, we beat Dallas at home, we lost to Dallas away, right? We got the brakes beat off us by San Francisco, and then, you know, we caught an L in Seattle. Beyond that, and yes, we've won many close games, right? But with all that high turnover, losing both coordinators, for us to still be in this position, that should say a lot about a team. And a lot of people have just discarded Philly. No, they're done. They lost 3 games in a row. They're trash. Blah, 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 blah. Jalen's lost it because he's throwing so many picks and he's the interception king. Cool, right? Cool. But we're still winning, though. The whole NFC East had it rough this year.
The Giants stink, though. The Giants stink. Why are we even bringing up the Giants?
That's true.
The Giants stink.
I
live in Jersey. They stink. Get them out of here.
Yeah,
but
you still got to think about it, though. You know, we all play the same teams with the exception of
similar.
You know, similar teams with the exception of maybe 4 games.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
You know, so it's still, you know, it's and then the second place teams aren't shabby. You know, you got to realize that too. You know, so a second place schedule for the Cowboys and the Eagles both to be in double-digit wins in back-to-back seasons.
It's fantastic.
You know, yeah, you got to give both of those teams credit for that. Regardless, we don't make the schedule, so whoever's in front of us, and this is the third year in a row that the Cowboys are going to win double-digit games. So trash talking aside, you got to give these teams credit where credit is due. And it's still a lot of football to be played, regardless of what anybody thinks. You still got 2 weeks to go. Look at what happened with San Francisco. Everybody
can happen.
Yeah. Win a game, lose a game, and you can move from the out of the playoffs to the fifth or sixth seed in the playoffs. Well, not in the NFC, but so point being is that like I said, we still have a lot to go on. And any Cowboy fans, if you missed the game, it's on NFL Network right now. They're doing a replay of it, and I'm looking at the first quarter of it, and Dak is running from his life on the very first drive of the game.
Oh Lord!
Literally.
Did you guys talk? I'm sure you guys talked about your game already, right?
Oh, of course. What did you think? What did you think of the game?
Well, no. I mean, there's a lot that needed to be said out there, and I know Boog and I and Nikki was kind of going back and forth on the pressures. Did you guys discuss the pressures at all, and why or why not you guys didn't pressure too much?
Yeah, we did. We talked about that briefly.
Yeah, we touched on it.
The speed. Okay. They had too much speed to actually blitz, and Tua was getting rid of the ball like 2.3 seconds.
But my analogy of Tua was, and I don't want to, like I said, I don't want to take away from his accomplishments, but it looks like he's just throwing the ball up there and having his receivers run up under it. I mean, I don't. I see him. I see him throw a couple tight ones, but I'm not seeing him. I'm seeing him literally a couple of, and it's all in their scheme, so don't get me wrong. Their scheme allows that. But his read is if we got one-on-one on the outside, I'm just going to throw it
out there and whoever get it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah.
Track team.
Nine route. You know what I mean? Just straight nines. They're not even running tens. He's just running straight nines.
Exactly.
Nines and sevens. That
track
route.
Speed, baby.
Or the 8 route. Yeah.
Which one you talking about? Post or fade?
Yeah, the post.
Seven.
Fades and posts. Yeah. Sevens. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, like I said, I'm definitely not. He's one of the most accurate quarterbacks in the league this year.
Mm-hmm.
However, for us to only blitz him, what do they say? We blitzed him only like 5 times the whole game.
Yeah, 5 or 6 times.
That's ridiculous.
Right.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Because when I look at
we had to play safe though. We had to be in the zone. We had to play safe though. That speed.
See,
that 4x100 is crazy on the road though.
All teams that played them know he has speed, but when I looked up all of his stuff, he was one of the worst quarterbacks against the blitz. That's why I did not understand why we did not do any blitzing, especially in that last part of the game when we were trying to get a stop. You know what I'm saying? That was what was annoying to me, was that Dan Quinn, as good as he's been with this defense, he did not do that. And he is one of the worst quarterbacks when he's being blitzed.
Not only that, but he's also bottom half of the league. When you get him, moving his feet, get him outside the pocket, he's not that good. And that's why I was saying, Boog, like, if you're gonna blitz him, don't blitz him from the outside and keep him in the pocket, right? You got to go run stunts from the inside and force him out, right? Get him uncomfortable and moving, and then you guys stood more of a chance. And that's why I was saying in the chat, like, that's something that you guys have the ability to do that you didn't take advantage of. And I think it hindered you guys a little bit in getting those, getting caught on those 9 routes.
I don't know. I disagree only because The 49ers run a similar actually offense that Miami does. The only difference is Miami's speed. And you see how actually the 49ers ate us up. So that's why Quinn was also in a zone. That's why Quinn was in a zone. He was not going to blitz because the 49ers run some of those same exact plays. It was like, pick your poison. It's pick your poison with Miami. What are you going to do?
Yeah, no, that's fair. I get it.
But playing zone still gives up yards underneath.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
because all their tight, their tight,
and that's what we got killed.
Their tight end killed us, and they ran that play like they ran that play like 3 or 4 times back to back. That tight end had his season high.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, but you have to pick your poison on Fox when you're playing against them. You have to pick your poison. That's the only thing. You want to get beat deep or get beat short. That's the only thing with them.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't McDaniel play for? Didn't he coach for San Francisco under Shanahan before?
Yeah, that's why I said
that makes total sense.
Yeah,
total sense.
And he's smart. Yeah. He's smart as a whip.
But we did not take advantage of even Waddle being out. Like when Waddle went out the game, we took absolutely no advantage of that because Waddle was the one really killing us in the first half before he got hurt.
Yeah, that's what
he was killing us over the top.
Sent some dogs
we did not take advantage of it.
Waddle and what's his name, Mozart.
Right. We didn't take advantage of it.
Wilson started killing us too, though. Wilson started catching balls too.
Happy holidays to you,
happy holidays, Kev.
Happy holidays, Kev.
You know, the point of it is we can all sit here and be Monday morning quarterbacks because we all we all study football.
Look, I never seen you get mad and frown up at home.
Right.
Trust me, I got a bad temper. I just don't use it. But I'm just seeing what Pollard. I'm just saying, dive. Just dive.
Yeah, I just saw that too. And
dive, brother.
That's what we was talking about earlier. Yeah. So it was no excuse to try nothing new because Pollard should have got that touchdown. But after Pollard didn't get it, you go to plan B. Your plan B shouldn't have been what you did. I don't care how many times you did.
I know. He tried to be. He did something cute. That's what I said. He did something cute. He had a new wrinkle. Something cute gonna get him out of here too.
I'm gonna get him out of here too, and I will be there to help him put his load of shit up because I'm tired of him.
So really quick, I don't want to change subjects, but I gotta change subjects. I have to. Nikki, is it true that you called the NFL Office of Officials?
I sure did.
Oh my. Man! About Michael Parsons?
No, I didn't talk just about Michael Parsons. I talked about the guy the guy that I spoke with. I explained him about the frustration around the league. Period. I said I am a Cowboys fan, but I'm not coming to you to complain or talk about Dallas Cowboys, just the Cowboys. I said, yes, I do feel like Michael Parsons is not getting the cows that he should get, and I think that is unfair. I said, but I have a problem with the refs completely in the NFL this season. He listened. He let me voice my opinion. This is exactly what he told me. He said that the refs, majority of the refs are part-time workers.
I agree.
And I said, okay, so what is your excuse for why they're not educated on what they're supposed to do on the field? This is exactly what he said. He said the times that we see the flags get picked up and they go to that meeting spot and then they say, okay, they take the flag away. It's because the ref that threw the flag didn't really know if he was supposed to throw a flag or not. So when they meeting in the thing to discuss it, the head officiator will decide if that flag should stand or not. So that's why a lot of the flags are being pulled back. I told him that's a problem. I said, and the biggest issue I have is the fact that even it's flags that's being thrown, getting picked up, but then when they calling in to New York on the set, they're telling us on the set from New York that, oh, that flag should have stood or it should have been this, but your referees on the field is saying that it don't. I said, that's a problem.
I said, that's a big problem. I said, so now it's making it look like y'all fixing games. Vegas is getting paid, or y'all doing things to make things happen just because. Well, that's not what we want from the fans. That's not what we want to hear. Da 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 da. I said, okay, so you're not gonna give me accountability then. You just gonna just run with what you want to run with. Well,
So,
that was the first call. So then he said he had to go. I said, okay. Hung up. I called right back. It's me again. So, I mean, I'm not saying nothing gonna come from it. I'm not saying anything gonna change from it. I don't see nothing changing this season on it. But somebody had to be a voice for the fans to them directly. So since other folks were scared to call, I'll call. This my name. This my email address. What we gonna do? Can you schedule a meeting so I can come talk to y'all face to face?
That's what I'm talking about.
You know,
and that right there is the reason why 5 years ago I picked up the phone and I called Nikki and said, "Hey, you want to do a show with me?"
I said, this is ridiculous.
So I know a year or two ago, at least a year or two ago, there was somebody who said, hey, maybe we need to go away from the part-time official thing and hire these dudes full-time, right? Because you have, oh, I'm a lawyer, I'm this and da 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 da. Cool, congratulations, bro. But I'm gonna need you for 25 weeks out the year. I'm gonna need you for 6 months at a minimum, right? For these games, and this is going to be your job, right? Because we need better. We deserve better. The league deserves better as players. The teams deserve better as organizations, and we the fans deserve better than the trash, right? And I had to censor myself there that we're seeing from these refs, and it goes all across the league, all across the league.
All across.
I can bitch and complain about like stuff that's happened in our games. You guys can bitch and complain about stuff that's happened in your games, but it's not like they're one off. Like this is happening league wide.
Yep.
It's terrible. It's a bad look.
So I'm going to not justify the picking up the flags because as a high school ref, we're taught you have a zone or area to look at. It's based off of what the play is. So he's exactly right, Nikki. If I'm a wing and I'm supposed to be looking at the number 2 receiver or the tackle, there's no reason why I should be throwing a flag for something that's going in the middle. That's what the back judge is for. However, sometimes a wing will miss a hold. If you have trips to one side, then I'm still have to watch the inside receiver, let the back judge and the deep wing watch the 2 inside receivers. The referee is now responsible for keeping an eye on both tackles because the umpire is supposed to watch the guard, center guard. So coaches understand that also. They understand that if you put certain players in certain positions, something's going to get missed. So like I said, I'm not taking up for officials right now. But I am letting people understand. I do understand why officials do miss calls. Now, the fact that Michael Parsons hasn't had a holding call against him since October, that's somewhat troubling to me. And it's troubling to me because if you look at the other edge rushers in the league, the Bosas, the cat from the Browns, TJ Watt, Myles Garrett, and all them.
Yeah.
How many holding calls do these guys get versus what Michael Parsons is getting? And Michael Parsons, sometimes I wish he would be quiet, but he has every right to say what he says in the game to those officials. He has every right. Now, I go back to saying this, and me and Nikki don't agree on this sometimes. Don't let the officials decide the game. Don't let that missed call by official decide on whether we win a game or that, unless it's in the last 30 seconds of the game and you miss like what happened to the Saints a few years ago. You know, that was a horrible no call by the referee that cost the Saints a chance to advance in the playoffs. That was a horrible call. As much as I can't stand the Saints and their fans sometime either, that was a horrible call. But a misholding call in the first quarter, a miss, you know, like when the DB pulled damn near a rape CD Lamb, pulling his pants down on the field.
I thought that was a stripper going on. I thought he was going to throw some money.
And man, I'm like, man.
I was like, yo, what he doing? The city pointed to the referee like, yo, dude, you missed that call.
Yeah,
crazy.
But it was still so early in the game that we should have overcame that. You know, so that's my take on officials. So for anybody, and I know that, you know, me and a certain individual in one of my groups, we go back and forth about, has anybody ever heard me blame a loss of the Cowboys on the officials?
No.
I always say you gotta play to win. You can't depend on them.
If anything, I'm not saying the officials are right, but if anything, I try to explain why they miss some of these calls.
Right.
Blame it on Jerry. Blame it on Jerry and Roger Goodell's relationship. I've always blamed it on that. When Jerry tried to get Roger fired, our penalties been going on offense up, penalties on defense went down. I'm telling you, just go back to the stats. Just go back. I'm telling you, Jerry wanted to get that man fired. It's like, oh, I'm gonna show you.
Oh yeah, we know that he did. He did do that because that was in defense of Zeke. You know, because he felt like Zeke was wrong. You know what I mean? Zeke was wrongfully suspended. You know.
So wait, don't come over here talking crazy. I done got cussed out for defending you today too.
You're crazy.
I damn near got cussed out for defending you today on some of the nonsense that was on my page, and you came to my back. So don't come over here talking crazy now.
Our fan base is crazy thinking it was that's fault, man. There's other fans that think the same way though. That's the crazy thing though. It's crazy. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
So so we didn't talk about this. I'll let since Nikki was talking to the officials, I'll let her talk about this one too. Did y'all talk about the roughing the passer call on Parsons that extended the drive for Miami?
Yep, I explained it to him as well. His words was it was a bad call. He said it was a bad call. It shouldn't have happened, but unfortunately it did. He said sometimes when those calls are made, it's out of their hands, and they don't want to always undermine what the refs call. They don't want to undermine it. So basically, what you're saying is it's wrong, but you don't want to make the ref feel bad by saying that he wrong. So you let it go. And you let it go. He said when they have ref meetings, they do have certain plays that they bring to them and they bring to the refs and show them, no, that was improper call, or you shouldn't have made that call, blah, blah, whatever. I say, but what good is that to us? It's too late. The game is over with now. You know, whatever team lost the game, they lost the game probably by that particular call. So what good is that to us that you're having a meeting after the fact to tell them that they were wrong about it? No, you should handle that when it happened. Stop letting them come back on the field and coach. I mean, referee when they keep making constant mistakes like that. You know, so all he said was that they're looking at big changes next season. They're looking at big changes next season. He said it's too late in the season to make these changes. But they are looking at big changes next season, so we'll see what happens.
There's a lot of changes.
Best part-time job in the world.
Honestly,
the best part-time job you can ever have in the world.
Yeah, just make up shit.
$150,000, $180,000 for a part-time job. Sign me up right now.
They make up plays as they go. I told them that too. I say y'all make up plays as it go. Because one game you'll see these penalties, and then you'll see the very same next thing done in the next game. And it's not a flag.
It's not a flag.
You know.
But you got to realize, especially with the quarterbacks, and I'm talking about Idris call. It's quarterbacks all over the league. As soon as they get breathed on, throwing their hands up or tapping their face
Mahomes.
mask or this
Mahomes, Josh Allen. Josh
Oh,
Allen did it to
don't hide it,
DeMarcus
bud.
Lawrence.
Don't hide it, bud. Say it with your chest, bud. Say it with your chest.
Mahomes.
Yes.
Josh Allen.
Crybaby Kermit.
All of them.
But you know that you know who started all this though, right? You know, Tom Brady.
Thomas.
Yeah.
You better
Tom
not touch
Brady
Thomas.
started all
Did you
this.
say Thomas? You called him Thomas.
You better not touch Thomas.
He said Thomas. Oh my God! You called Tom Brady Thomas.
My bad,
man.
Thomas. I don't want us to get canceled.
He called him Thomas. Oh
too
my
funny.
God! TV12, what up?
Yep.
Oh man.
So Frankie says Miami leads the league in points per game. Our defense held them to 22, most of which was scored by the kicker. We can't ask for more from our defense. We have to take advantage of those games. So we talked about this earlier, Frankie. When we fumbled on that 1 yard line, we chased points for the rest of the game, and that's what killed us. Yeah, that's what killed us. You know, that fumble in the first quarter. That's what really killed us. So I'm there's two games that we've played that has given me hope that we don't have a bad team, and that's the loss. You know, two games we've lost, and that was the loss to Philly, the first game, and the loss to Miami. And because in hindsight, if we would have did everything that we were supposed to have done, the outcome could have been different. I'm not saying that it would have been different, but it could have been different.
That Cardinals loss coming back to bite us.
Yeah, it really is.
That Cardinals loss coming back to bite us.
Yep.
But we do that every year, and I think we talked about that at the beginning of the year. That you know, and same thing.
We lose. Yeah, no, we lose.
Yes. Same thing with the Eagles losing to the Jets. You know, there's a game that and it's just an NFC East thing. I promise you it. Well, let me take that back. let me take that back. There's a lot of games that the teams have lost this year that nobody expected them to lose because it's the NFL. Nobody expected Carolina to beat Houston back in when they first played.
Nope.
Because of how bad Carolina was playing and how good Houston was playing.
Right.
You know, it a lot of times it's about matchups and it's about momentum.
Look at Pittsburgh and the Bengals. I didn't think Pittsburgh was going to blow the Bengals out. I was surprised.
Right. Nobody expected that.
I did not see
I didn't nobody expect
that.
that.
I did not see that.
Browning had been playing good.
I don't know what that was about.
Yeah.
Why ain't say any given Sunday? How fast he done changed that tune, because I remember them 2 weeks ago before they lost 3 games. He was always talking about woo 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 and da 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 and nobody was gonna do this to the Eagles and da 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 da. But now he's talking about any given Sunday. Stand down, bro. Yeah, here I go in my Dak Prescott voice.
Here we go.
Nah, she did the ludicrous.
No.
Down low.
That was mystical. That was mystical.
I meant mystical.
That was mystical. Come on, bro.
That was mystical.
Let's go back to the mid-90s, bro. Let's go.
I'm sorry, she did do the mystical. Hometown. She did the hometown. Oh my God. That was crazy. I was like, oh no.
Yeah.
And that Nikki moment was brought to you by Magic City. Magic City, where fun precedes itself.
We got to get a sponsor or a T-shirt. Let me call one of my boys in the ATL, shout it.
I know we talked a lot about the refs, right? And I know Nikki said that there were some big changes coming. Lip service, more than likely. right? But there are a few things that I would personally like to see change. Roughing the passer being a reviewable call, first and foremost. I would like to see the NFL adopt the college rule on pass interference and not the other way
Yeah,
around,
I like that one.
right?
Mhm.
A 15 yard and a first down. No more like I'm going to throw a 60-yard bomb. And like Nick Sirianni said, which blew my mind that he said it out loud. Oh, we threw it to A.J. Brown at the end of the game, hoping that the refs would get us a DPI. Like, bitch, we need 15 yards to kick a field goal, and you're praying and hoping that the refs bail you out, man. F out of here with that, right? So that one needs to go, right? And then I think it's a sneaky good idea, right, to adapt the USFL football with the chip technology and get rid of the damn sticks, because that's been a problem in the past too, right? It helps with reviews for touchdowns that may or may not go over the goal line, in and out of bounds, right? Like those three things at a minimum, and I'm sure there's others, right? Like we could talk about holding all day long, because legitimately, and Sean, you can attest, you could probably call hold on a hold on every single play,
Every
right?
play.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
You get a single hand outside the shoulder pads, and it's like boop, got him. Right. And it's going to just slow the game down. Right. I get it. But it's the egregious ones, the ones where you the defensive end is clearly beating the tackle, and he's out there like this, and you're like, what?
Or when a guy has 2 or 3 dudes hanging off him at the same time, holding something like that. Yeah.
Oh, how about the holding penalty that has nothing to do with the play, though? How about the holding penalties that have nothing to do with the play at all? Those are the worst ones ever. I'm like, they didn't even have anything to do with the play. What we doing here?
All right.
You talking about like cornerbacks holding receivers like less? Was it less than 5?
No, you're talking about if the play is going to the right, there's a hold on the left.
Yeah, there's a holding penalty that had nothing to do with it. That's crazy.
Yeah, no, I don't disagree there at all either. I don't disagree. Like a receiver who's not involved in the pass being slightly touched and it's like, boop, got him. Like, come on, man.
Yeah. So in high school, we're taught that if it doesn't affect the play, keep the flag. So if they're running to the right side, and the hold is on the left side, what you do is you turn around and you tell the coach, hey, your tackle was holding. It didn't affect the play. And if it's the non-offending coach, then we tell the coach it had nothing to do with the play. So we're taught to do that in high school. However,
it's common sense, man.
Yeah. However, the NFL refs, because you essentially have 8 people on the field plus a 9th one that's looking, and they're taught to look at certain zones, so they're going to throw those flags. Which, like I said, it doesn't make any sense to me, but it is what it is.
But can't you pull that up? Like when we had the whole conversation about picking up flags, right? If you threw a flag and then you go back and you have a conversation, they're like, yeah, but it was on the other side of the field and it didn't affect the game at all whatsoever. Let's pick it up. Can we have that conversation more often? Instead of just arbitrarily going, well, yeah, it's a hold here. We got it. We know it's a hold. But how did that affect the play? Because let's say Pollard runs for 60 yards, right? And your left tackle makes a hold, but Pollard ran off the right tackle, right? And they bring it back, right? And everybody's like, yo, what are you doing?
Exactly.
And that's because
any running quarterbacks and everything else, like it don't matter. Like if it's the opposite side of the field, like you said, Sean, like what are you doing?
Because those guys are getting graded for, they after the game, they watch the game afterwards. And they have somebody that's grading them, and there's many different camera angles, so they can see every camera angles, and they get graded, and it affects their playoff. It affects their whether they can ref a playoff game, so that affects their money. So they're gonna.
You got the call.
They're gonna throw.
You got the call, but guess what? It didn't affect the play. We're gonna pull it up. Thank you for doing your job. I appreciate you for seeing that because it was legitimately there. But it didn't affect the play. Let's keep it moving.
And don't get me wrong, I 100% agree. I that would be perfect. And then we wouldn't have to have Nikki calling up the NFL office.
We'll still call.
No, we love you for doing that, Nicky. We appreciate that.
Yes. Hey, before we go to the picks, let me ask you a question. What are we going to do with Parsons? We're going to play him on the line. We're going to play him at linebacker. That's been one of the biggest discussions going on for the last 2 weeks. Are we going to play him on the line more or play him at linebacker? That's been a discussion that we haven't spoke about, but I see it all over the internet. I see it on television. What should we do? Should we play him half the time at linebacker, half the time at DN, or move him around?
No. I think we should move him around. Like, I think in certain packages he can play linebacker, right? But I think we should move him around, like, because he can do all of it. He can cover, he can rush the passer. So why limit him to one or the other?
I don't know. I know he's a linebacker by trade. But in certain situations, it's better that we have him on the line. I don't know. I know that Clark is not doing what he's supposed to do, and Bell's too light. But you move him around, and teams are going to be like, okay, on first, second down, he's playing linebacker. We can do X, Y, Z. So that's the only thing. That's my only concern.
So do you know why? Do you know why Parsons wants to be labeled as a DE though?
Yeah, he want to get that guap. He want to get that guap and sacks and everything else.
It's way more money.
That money.
Yeah.
That guap, baby. Exactly. But what's best for the team? That's the thing.
So what's best for the team is that we should have got some true linebackers in there and on our team instead of all these hybrid safeties that we moved down a linebacker. That in my opinion, that's what we should have did. Like I said, but I'm just a fan, and I could sit here all day long and talk about what we should do and what we shouldn't do. I just know that as a fan, and I'm pretty sure Jeff has the same sentiments. My team better go out these next two games and whoop some ass. We should be pissed off that
we
lost. Yeah, we should be pissed off that we squandered a chance to at least scare Philly enough that we would be the division winners. We squandered that chance big time. Big time.
So my opinion on this, and this is coming from a Philly angle, right? You keep him on the line, but you move him around the line from a DT to a DE, right? He's not been the best in coverage unless he's gotten better at it over the last year or two, but he is more at home on the line where he's able to exploit double teams and use his speed to get past these 350-pound offensive linemen and go and get after the quarterback, right? That's my opinion. I think he's done some good things lining up in one technique as well as 3+. So I would say that he can play pretty much anywhere on the line and move him around, but I would say don't put him back at linebacker unless you're going to use him in like a 5-down lineman type set. That'd be the only way that I would use him as a linebacker.
Or let's get him some help with some two or three stud D tackles. Where we can keep him. That's going to command a double team, or that's going to command, or that's going to occupy the interior alignment where he can do what he needs to do on the outside. That's the and Lord knows when I say this, please, Cowboys guys, don't strike me down. Yeah. That's the only thing that I've been jealous about that Philly has done is that they've invested in the interior.
The card number is 4334 1900. Oh, my bad.
Who number is that? Shoot, we'll write that number down. But seriously though, I think there's going to be some good football in the NFC East these last couple of weeks between the Giants and Eagles and the Cowboys. And
that Washington game is not going to be a cakewalk. Like we'll have to show up.
Just like last year, though, we're going to try some new things. Just like we did last year. I mean,
you talking about
it's meaningless anyway.
Your Washington game?
Yeah, like last year.
I'm talking about San Fran and Washington this week.
Well, I'm talking about our game.
I'll get into that in a second.
Yeah. So let's go ahead and pull up the the picks because
So,
old man time is
So
coming up.
Before we do that,
Bad.
Sean, I got him pulled up, Sean. So it's not football related, but it's interesting. It's a record. The Detroit Pistons have officially had the longest losing streak in NBA history, losing 27 games in a row.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
What is 7?
I feel bad for Monty Williams. I feel bad for him.
So have you guys?
God bless.
Have you guys looked at the clinching scenarios and everything that's kind of going on for this weekend?
Kind of, sort of. You know, I did. It's too many ifs for me, so that's why I'm not even. I just want to win these last 2 games and go into the playoffs on a winning streak.
Well,
that's
I'll be
how
honest. You winning a game does us favors, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
because if we beat Detroit, then they're in the number 2 slot. I know.
And then if San Francisco loses a game to either Washington or the Rams, who are going to be playing to get in, then there's still a possibility.
Yeah, the Rams can beat them.
That we can lock up a 1 seed because of the tiebreakers that it's going to the 5th level with us, right? With strength of victory. Yeah, we have to win out, right? But if you guys beat Detroit and beat Minnesota, I'm sorry, Washington. I'm sorry,
Washington.
You guys could possibly end up as a 2 seed, right? Over Detroit.
Man, listen, no, I'm not even thinking.
No,
well, because you would have head-to-head over Detroit, though.
Yeah, but they won a division, so we would
you're right. So you still be fine.
Yeah.
So you still be fine.
So in my opinion, oh Lord, I hate to say this too. Go Big Blue. That's
Lord
all
have
I gotta
mercy.
say.
Oh my Lord.
Well, hey,
he
gone.
No, he got not playing no more.
He gone.
Be playing.
He can forget about starting. That's what he can forget.
Forget about it.
Nah, that was a good story while it lasted. That was a good story. Tyrod Taylor's going to start.
Yeah.
They play the Rams this weekend too.
All right, so let's get into these games here.
Who got the Rams? Giants.
Giants play the Rams this weekend.
Oh my, that's gonna be.
He said, "Oh,
yeah, because Rams turning on at the right time."
Yeah, the Rams dangerous right now, dude.
Yeah, they dangerous right now.
That is not what you want right now.
All right, so let's get to these games. Thursday night game, we got Jets at Browns.
The Browns
favored by 7 at home.
There is a Thursday game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, we got the Titans at the Texans. CJ playing?
Yeah,
he might play.
CJ.
He might play.
If CJ playing, I'm going with Texans.
Yeah, if CJ playing, I'm picking the Texans. If CJ ain't playing, then I'm going with Tennessee.
Houston at 3.5 at home.
Yeah,
Houston needs this game.
Man, CJ probably playing then.
Yeah,
I think he's playing.
He should be back.
Yeah.
All right, I'm taking the Texans. Next game for playoff seedings, you got the Dolphins and the Ravens at the Ravens.
I'm taking the Ravens on that one.
Yeah, I'm
taking the Ravens all day.
Yeah, I'm taking the Ravens.
Waddle's not playing either. Forget it.
Is he not playing?
Waddle's done. He has a high ankle sprain.
He's out.
They
say he's out.
Okay.
Out.
Couple weeks.
The rest of the season. Yeah.
Yeah, give me Baltimore on that too. 3.5.
Yeah.
Shit, I'm about to take that spread.
All right, so we
can bet now.
You got the Patriots at Bills.
Oh, the Bills.
Even the Bills. Yeah.
That's easy.
That's minus 12 right now, by the way. Minus 12 Buffalo at home.
I'm not gonna put anything past Belichick. This is his last couple of games against a division rival. I'm actually gonna. Is he staying? Okay. Well, I'm actually gonna pull for the Patriots.
Good luck with that.
To cover or to win?
To win.
I don't think the Bills are covered at 12, but they're gonna win the game.
Are they playing at home or away?
They're playing at
Buffalo's at
Buffalo.
home. Orchard
They're gonna
Park.
cover. They might cover that 12.
They might cover the 12, but they ain't about to win, though.
The Bills, I'm talking
Yeah,
about the Bills.
I don't see them winning.
Oh, the Bills cover?
The Bills gonna cover that 12, bro.
Bailey Zappi is quarterback? Come on now.
That's what I'm saying. The Bills gonna.
So you remember the last time the Bills went into Buffalo and Belichick ran the ball 40-something times and only threw it 3 times. Who won that game?
Man, it was like minus 10 degrees. That's why.
I'm just saying. Belichick he's Belichick, but
Zeke ain't that dude.
Okay. Nah, Zeke ain't built for all that running like that. I love Zeke like that.
All right, we got Panthers at Jaguars.
Ooh, Jacksonville struggling. They lost 5 in a row.
Struggling.
Yeah, and they saying today that Trevor Lawrence might be out.
He might be out.
Oh,
might miss his
let me go
game.
Let me go get Carolina then. Let me go take Carolina.
Hey, if Trevor Lawrence misses his game, this is his first game missed since high school.
I know. Shoulder,
knee,
everything.
He has played every game. So Dougie P said he wasn't going to give any insight on what's going on with his injury, but he's like, we understand where Trevor is and his ability to come back and play, and be a dog. I'm a roll with the Jags on this one just because I don't trust Carolina at all. And I love me some Dougie P.
All right. We got Rams.
You're gonna get everybody ice cream.
Rams and Giants. I think we already talked about this one. I think the Rams are gonna win that one.
Rams
are 6-point favorites away. Yeah, I'll take the Rams as well.
All right, you got Steelers at Seahawks.
Well, that's gonna be a good game.
I'm going with Seahawks.
That's interesting. That's gonna be interesting right there.
That's gonna
what everyone playing at?
They playing in Seattle.
And Mason Rudolph is playing.
Yeah, in Seattle. It's a 4:05 game.
I'm gonna go with Seattle, man. I think Seattle go. I think Seattle and the Rams take them last 2 playoff spots.
3.5-point favorites at home. I'll take Seattle as well.
Yeah.
All right, we got Chargers at Broncos. This is a rivalry game.
Yeah.
So definitely Broncos.
Chargers.
All right, we got
Chargers lost last week, right?
Yes, they lost.
Yeah, barely.
They lost
barely about
barely.
So they broke the streak.
Right.
Y'all know about the streak, right? So any team that has fired their coach mid-season, the next game they win with their interim coach. Chargers broke that streak. It's been like 14, 15 games that's happened, and Chargers broke that. So you know what? Give me Russ. Let him cook on Sunday. 5.5-point favorites.
Yeah, I'm going Broncos too.
All right, we got Packers at Vikings. Sunday night game.
Who's Vikings quarterback?
Vikings are home.
And then
but Mullins averaged 2.6 interceptions a game when he starts.
I'm like, Mullins throw too many interceptions. Playing against that defense. King. He the interception king for real right now.
I'm gonna go with Packers.
I'm going with Packers too.
Yeah. And Vikings lost a good player too.
Yeah,
they got a player
TJ.
Yeah,
TJ
Hawkinson. And the wide receiver may not play, and the rookie might not play. The rookie from
Addison.
He might not
Jordan
play
Addison?
because of his ankle. Yeah. His ankle.
Yeah.
Give me Green Bay.
Give me Green Bay.
All right, we got Bengals at Chiefs.
Bengals favored by 7 away.
Ooh, wait a minute.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Bengals favored by 7 away.
Wow.
But something going on in Kansas City right now though. Like they ain't right at all.
They ain't got no receivers.
The play calling too. The play calling.
They miss EB.
But wait a minute.
Yeah, thank you.
Checo's out. He has a concussion.
No.
He's not going to play.
Sorry. No. That's not right. I'm looking at the money line. So the money line is Kansas City minus 340 plus 270 for Cincinnati. This graphic is wrong. Kansas City should be favored by 7.
Yeah, I don't know if
Kansas City I'm checking the Chiefs on that one, even though they can't score in the second half to save them lives. They can't score at all.
Man. I don't
know. I'm taking Jake Browning. Give me Jake Browning.
You taking Jake? Yeah, I honestly don't know because Kansas City playing so bad right now, man.
Yeah, but look
Their
at what
defense
Pittsburgh
is
just
bad,
did to
but-
Cincinnati, though. Pittsburgh, look at what they did to Cincinnati.
Yeah.
Cincinnati, been, you know.
Where was it?
Mm-mm.
Where was it? That
Is
was at Heinz Field,
Jamar
right?
Chase still out?
Jamar Chase is out.
Yeah,
he's out.
Jamar. Yeah, that was
Oh, is he?
that was without Jamar Chase. Yeah, Jamar Chase
was out
at the
last
shoulder,
week.
right?
Yep.
Is he back?
But they still
No.
got T. Higgins and Boyd, though. They still got two nice receivers.
And they got blown
without
out by
Jamar
Pittsburgh, so I don't know.
Yeah, they did.
That was
Give me
I'm still
the
taking
Chiefs,
Cincinnati.
man.
I'm still taking
I'm taking the
Cincinnati.
Chiefs.
I don't.
I'm taking the Chiefs on that one. I believe in
take the
Mahomes.
Chiefs.
All right,
Never
we got-
falling
even
apart,
home.
bro.
we got
You're
49ers
falling
at 49ers at Commanders.
Oh,
with
shit,
all this-
49ers. Oh, come
Y'all
on.
know 49ers.
Yeah, you know what that's going to be. You know what that's
What's
going to
that
be.
one?
The Commanders need a
It's
quarterback,
so
so they might as well just keep
Ooh.
losing.
13.5 for San Francisco at Washington.
Yeah, I think they're gonna blow them out.
Oh, bro.
Jacoby Brissett played the
Hey.
second half of the Jet game.
Yeah. Give me
Oh,
San
All right,
Fran.
we got Raiders at Colts.
That's gonna be a good game.
That's gonna be a good one.
Yeah,
The
it
Raiders
is
play
gonna
for
be a
their
good
coach.
game.
though. The Raiders play for their coach.
Raiders defense is they balled Sunday.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did.
Max is on the level,
Max
man.
Crosby, Max Crosby a dog, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think
I'm
I'm
going-
gonna
give me the
go
Raiders.
with-
I'm going with the
I'm gonna go with
the
Raiders.
Raiders on that one.
I'm gonna go
Yeah,
with
give
And
me
it's
the
indoors
Raiders.
too. They used to
Yeah.
it, so I'm going with the
Yeah.
Raiders.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Raiders.
It's
I'm gonna
Raiders.
take Indy -3.
Oh, you.
All right, we got
I'm gonna
you
do it.
taking Indy with 3. You gonna say it's be a
I'm
close
gonna take
game?
Indy at -3. Yeah.
Okay, so we got Saints at Buccaneers.
I'm
Ooh,
going
another good game.
I'm going with
Bucks.
Bucks.
That is gonna be a nice one.
Bucks. Give me Bucks.
This is gonna be a crazy week. I'm
Who-
going with the
Nigga,
Nigga, who you
Bucks.
taking? Nigga, who you taking?
She has to take the Bucks. She has no choice but to take the Bucks. We're gonna play them in the playoffs anyway. The Bucks. Bucks been balling though. They've been playing good though. The
Yeah,
Bucks-
Yeah.
Bucks been hot, man. They've been hot. I'm going with the Bucks too.
Yeah,
They
give
got a
me
running
Bucks.
game.
Give me Bucks. Big.
All right,
Give me
we
the Bucks.
got
Give me the Bucks -3.
Falcons at Bears.
Give me Falcons.
I'm taking the Bears.
Nah,
the Bears play.
they at the Bears?
Bears play hard.
Yeah, I might do
Bears
Bears. I might go with
-3.
Bears.
And Fields is a good quarterback, man. They should
Yeah.
just keep Fields, trade the pick, or just actually, go after Harrison Jr. if they're gonna do anything. But I like Fields as a quarterback. I like him.
That makes me wonder NFC South standings. Where they at?
Who's that?
I'm sorry, what
They
did you
game
say?
So the Bucks are
behind.
leading
They game
by- so-
behind.
Yeah, the Bucks are up ahead by 1 game right now. So,
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, the Bucks are.
You know what? Give me Fields, man. Fields has been looking decent. Not too bad under
Fields been playing
Eberflus.
well.
He's been using
Just
his
need
legs
more
more often,
receivers.
like we said.
Yeah,
He
I
does.
don't
Bears,
trust
does.
Atlanta. I don't trust Atlanta.
I
The
can't
Bears-
trust
the
Atlanta.
Bears
Their,
deep.
Mm-mm.
their
Bears
defense.
Yeah, I'm
deep been
going
real
Bears.
solid since they got
Yep.
Sweat too.
Sweat
Yes,
been balling
yes.
too.
Yes.
Yeah, Sweat been balling.
All right,
Yeah, give me the Bears.
we got Cardinals at Eagles.
Eagles.
Birds.
Eagles.
Unfortunately, I got to go with the Eagles.
Yeah, you know Eagles gonna win.
I gotta go with
What's
the
up?
Eagles.
I gotta go with the
Yeah,
What's the
I don't
line?
see
Yeah.
Cardinals winning it.
10.5
Cardinals
at
winning
home right now.
10.5. Okay.
Wow.
10.5 at home.
Now I don't. Now if I'm betting, I'm taking the Cardinals in the points, but I don't think
Think
I
so?
can beat them by 10.5. Nah, they ain't gonna beat them by 10.5, but they're gonna beat them.
It's outdoors though. It's outdoors. It's 40 degrees. It might rain. I don't
Come
know.
on, no more rain games, bro.
Yeah,
I'm just saying the Cardinals. The
Kelly said
Cardinals.
both of them birds can lose. Kelly said they're gonna tie.
Yo, if they
And
tie.
then we
Yo, that would hurt
we got
if
the-
they tie though.
so we got the
What's
Saturday. The Saturday night game is Dallas.
Dallas in Detroit.
Dallas.
Here we go. You already know.
Here we go.
That's the Jimmy Johnson induction. So I want to
Yeah.
say that they are going to play well. Of course, we play well at home, but I think with Jimmy Johnson being there, I think it's going to be a little extra more boost.
Yeah,
I'm
Lance
hoping
at the
that
wrong
him,
place at the wrong time.
yeah,
Hopefully he
I'm
can win the
hoping if
ball.
something go wrong, Jimmy Johnson put his coaching hat on and go on the sideline.
Okay.
It is at home?
Yeah,
Yes,
Jim
in
need to be a
Dallas.
consultant or something.
8:20 on Saturday
Jim
on
need to be working.
ESPN.
Yep,
It's
it's
on
in Dallas.
ESPN.
Yep. So we
there it is.
we're putting him in the ring of honor finally.
Cowboys 6.5-point favorites at home.
Yeah.
You looking for
Damn,
money
that's it.
line.
We've been
Detroit-
doing about 20 at home.
Yeah, but Detroit is good. Detroit's a little bit better than Seattle,
Yeah,
so that's
and
why.
Detroit got a running game.
No,
They got some
money
nice.
line.
They got some nice. They got some
something
nice.
serious, man.
But
And
their
we don't-
defense
we-
is horrible.
And
Their
we're having a
defense
hard
is
time
horrible.
stopping the
Yeah,
run.
their defense is
Their
horrible.
defense is horrible. The Vikings should have beat them. Telling
Yeah,
you,
they
their
should
defense
have.
is horrible.
Mullins threw that interception.
Missed the interception.
Oh man.
Look.
And they're talking about that last one, and that should have been a tub. Talking about the last one he threw. That should have been a tub to Jefferson, man. The throw was so terrible.
That shit was weeble wobble like it don't fall down. I was like, yo, dude, you throw a duck for real?
Like, what is that? What is that? The game was on the line. What are you doing, sir?
What are you doing, sir?
All right. Well, unfortunately, it's come to our end of our show here.
Before you do that, I hate to say it. I got to take Dallas.
Well,
don't be like that, Jeff. We didn't hesitate on picking y'all.
No, I'm kidding. Yeah, you're definitely got your defense. I think your defense is going to show up. As long as those running backs don't run all over you guys, I think you guys have a really strong.
That's the only thing I'm feared of.
Keep that running game. I think we'll be all right. I think Big Hankins might be back though. Hankins might be back for that game, right?
We should have signed that free agent. We should have signed that free agent.
No, they're saying, don't know if Hankins gonna be back. That's what he said this morning. He still don't know if he's gonna be back. So I don't know if he changed.
Anyway.
He was saying he from Detroit. He wanted to play in it, but
yeah, he did. He did say he
did say that. Yep. He did
what's that home streak again? 14.
It's gonna be
15?
8.
It's gonna be.
No, it's 15. It would be 15 and 0.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
15
well,
keep the streak alive.
Keep
the streak alive.
Yeah, that
Help
is
the Eagles out.
We the only team that haven't lost at home, right? This season?
I think so.
We're the only team that haven't lost at home.
That's a good question.
Yep.
But keep our hopes alive.
Yep.
Go get the dub.
Yeah, because San Fran got smashed in their front yard. Baltimore,
Baltimore just bully ball.
Yeah, Baltimore just came to
we get some bullies. We need some bullies right now. We need some bullies.
They beat the bullies.
Some bullies.
They bullied them. They showed up. They bullied them. That's all they did. They hit them in the mouth.
The bully, yeah.
Hey, but dude, that showed me what we need to draft in the first round. We
I already was scouting,
bro. At linebacker. Yeah, that's what we need. A real goon at linebacker.
Yep.
There's two goons. One to play for Clemson, one to play for Texas A&M. They got two.
Stay away from Clemson.
Well, guess
stay away from Clemson, Boogie.
We're gonna have to
stay away from
his
Clemson.
Last name is Trotter. His last name is
stay
Trotter.
away from Clemson, Boogie.
Hey, y'all,
stay away from
Sean
Clemson.
Put us out, y'all. Sean finna put us out.
We have to talk about that next week.
Sean finna put us out, man. So I say you ain't gotta go home.
Right.
Sean say it's old man time. Yes, Kelly. Rest in peace to your club member and everyone. And again, with this time we meet again, it'll be after the new year. So definitely want to say blessings to everyone. And this has been a great 2023 with everyone that has joined us, tuned in with us, and we appreciate you guys. Hope everyone have a safe and happy holiday and bringing in the new year. I can't believe we ain't got to go into 2024, y'all. Already.
Man, this year went by too fast.
It did. Nikki, this is 6. Nikki, this gonna be 6 years for us.
Yep. 6 years. So
time flies when you're having fun.
It does. It does. And again, we couldn't do this without any of y'all. So Jeff, we appreciate you a lot. I know we're not on the same teams, but we always put that aside when we're talking and stuff, and especially in the chat when we're being there for family issues for each other and things like that. Mr. Cowboy Nation, we appreciate you joining in with us. It has made the show even better. And of course, K Boogie, we appreciate you. So, and we appreciate everybody that tuned in except Wayne.
Oh, no, I thought you were gonna give away some flowers or whatever. Damn.
Wayne, all right, man. Wayne,
Joe, give my man some flowers, Joe. Give my man some flowers.
I hate
Wayne, you all right. I guess you all right, Wayne.
Give Wayne some flowers, Joe. He's the antagonist like Stephen A. Smith on the show. He's our version of Stephen A. Smith.
Hey,
but he don't show up. He don't show up when they lose. So
yeah, he's a necessary.
He don't show up when they lose.
He's definitely Stephen A. Smith of the show, bro. Definitely.
Right. He don't show up when they lose.
All right. Well, happy New Year's to everybody. And please be safe out there.
Yes, indeed.
New Year's Eve. We want to be saying the same thing next year at this time. All right. Well, Cowboys fans, here we go. Jeff, you can say yo.
Here we go.
You can say your stuff too. Go ahead. Get it out the way.
Hey,
so we can get out of here.
I just want to say, Sean, thanks for having me back this year. I know it's been a while since I've been able to come on. It was really good for me to be able to come back. No, I don't. Because you talk about I've been missing from the groups. I seen you.
Nah, I'm talking about Kelly got perfect attendance.
I'm in Facebook jail, bro. I'm in Facebook jail.
Kelly got perfect attendance.
I had to create a new account. But no,
Excellent.
Honestly, man, I appreciate you guys having me back this year as often as you have. I really appreciate it. I really enjoyed all the conversation throughout the year. Super thankful for everything, both on the screen and behind the screen. I appreciate it. And go Birds.
All right. With that being said, good night, everybody. God bless and good night.
Good night.
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 Night.